Okay, welcome to your new home. Today we want to give an orientation to demonstrate how your home works and all the features of your home. The first thing we want to start with here in the garage is going to be your sprinkler controller. Currently we're using the Rainbird, but there are a variety of others, but they all work approximately the same way. So currently it's in the auto run position. That's where you'll keep it most of the year. In the wintertime, you can just turn it to off. As long as we have rain, every once in a while, you don't need to water your grass in the winter. When it goes dormant, all the water needs is a little water for the roots, so you can leave it off almost all winter long. To set anything you want to set, you just turn the dial, for example, set date. Then there's a plus and minus to change the date, and then using the arrow keys, you can scroll to change the month, scroll to change the year, and once you're good, you can just go back to auto or go to set time. Currently the time is properly set, but if we wanted to change it, just like before, you just scroll through. It's actually not AM, it's actually PM, so we'll fix that. And then it's good to go. Setting watering time, same thing. We're currently set to come on at 6 a.m. in the morning. What'll happen is your zones will come on automatically. Zone 1 will come on first. Zone 2 will come on automatically second. You don't need separate start times. You just need the one start time. The computer in this will get very confused if you try to set different start times for different zones. It won't work correctly. When you go to station run times, this is important because each zone will run a certain amount of time. The small areas beside your house, you don't want them running as long. The large areas in the front of your house, you want them running longer. If your neighbors next to you are watering the small area between the houses and you're watering it both 20 minutes apiece, it's going to be flooded. We are pretty flat here in Georgia. The yards will drain just fine, but if you saturate it, we have a ton of rain, and on top of that you're watering a lot, you will get soggy ground and it won't dry out very quick. So be careful not to water too much. To set the days of the week, we currently have it set to come on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, but you just turn the dial to which day you want to change, and then just use the minus key to add or take away that day, and then you can go to the next day and change them. But we're going to leave it set to water Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. Now we'll just put the dial back to auto, and your sprinkler controller is good to go. For your electrical box, you'll notice this piece of paper on the front. That is the piece of paper that tells you your house passed the energy test. There's a lot of information on this piece of paper. Jimmy Harper did the test, and that's his phone number. He can explain everything on it. There's a lot of numbers here that don't mean a whole lot to the average person. As the builder, we have to leave this right here. The inspector inspects it to make sure it's here, to make sure it passed. Once you move in, you can do anything you want to with that piece of paper. It is yours. The biggest thing you'll notice here, especially if you've had houses before, is you don't have a main disconnect shutoff. That is on the outside of the house. The reason we do it that way is the fire department can just turn off the house if they need to. They don't have to pull the meter. In the past, the fire department, if there was ever a problem, they'd have to pull your meter, and get your meter reset was very difficult to do. So if you do need to turn off anything in your house, it is all well marked, labeled, and which breaker controls what is all here. Okay, your garage door opener is actually a smart garage door opener. If you want to try to program it to work with your phone, you can. The garage door opener itself has a few new features that people haven't seen before. One, it has a light, which is normal, but you can actually turn on and turn off the light with the button. The light also works as a motion detector. When there's motion in the garage, the light will come on automatically. Or when you operate the garage door, the light will come on automatically. Also, a new feature that we have is the Learn button. If you get a new garage door opener, a new remote, You don't have to climb up to the garage door opener itself and push the learn button. The learn button is right here. At night, if you want to make it where nobody can operate your garage door from the outside, you have a lock button. And you can use the lock button to turn off your garage door to where nobody can use a remote from the outside. There's also a feature that is a safety feature. So when I close the garage door, if I get in the way, it's going to stop and turn around. The reason I like to show that feature is if a lawnmower, shovel, or anything hits one of those eye sensors, your garage door won't work. It's not a warranty issue, it's just straightening out the eyes so they see each other again. Okay, inside your home, I'd like to start with your appliances. We have upgraded all of our dishwashers to a stainless steel tub. The older dishwashers leaked too often and we had too many problems, so you've got a very nice dishwasher. The way our granite tops and the dishwashers are installed, all your controls are on the top, so you open it, you scroll through to set the cycle that you want to use. We'll just set it for a light load, and you'll hear how quiet it is when we start it. You hit the start button with it open, then you close it, and it'll run, and everything will work. As we finish this house orientation, you probably won't even hear the dishwasher running. Your garbage disposal switch on a raised bar is going to be right near the sink. If you happen to have a flat bar in your home, then the garbage disposal switch will be underneath the sink. If you have any trouble with food or anything getting caught in your garbage disposal and it jams up, there's a reset button on the bottom of your garbage disposal. There's also an Allen head key hole to be able to turn it to unjam it. If something does get stuck in there and it's related to food you put in there, then it's really not a warranty related item. All of your appliances in your home are going to be GE. Your warranty for your appliances is through GE themselves, not through us. We will gladly help you get whatever fix that needs to be fixed, but you will actually need to talk to the GE rep yourself to be able to schedule appointments. The key for GE is registering your appliances. All of your appliances will have a label that looks like that. That's the information you will need to register. If you have a smartphone and point your smartphone here, more than likely it's going to pick it up and take you straight to the GE registration website. It's very important to register all of your appliances when you first move in. It's also important to register your heat and air unit and your water heater with the manufacturer. When you move into your home, or actually when you go to your closing, you will receive a book from us. In that book is going to be all the paperwork from your appliances along with some registration cards. You will get a pack of keys and your garage door openers for your house. Something important with your keys is you need to take your keys and go to every single lock in your house and use your key. Currently, each house is set to operate from a builder's key. The same builder key opens every single house in our subdivision. That's why it's critical when you first get your house is to go to every single lock you have and use your key. That'll change the locks to use your key, and it'll also make it to where your locks will not work with our builder keys any longer. With your home, you'll have a gas fireplace. It is propane gas, just like a normal gas grill. One important thing we like to stress to everybody, we don't supply the gas, but we do warranty the fireplace. We highly recommend you get a professional licensed gas installer to hook up your tank, pressurize the line, and light your fireplace the first time. After that, it's as simple as changing the gas grill gas tank. But critical, use a professional to pressure test it and light it for the first time. In your bathrooms and in your kitchen, you have GFI outlets. That's the outlet that trips. Any outlet that's going to be near water is GFI protected. The important thing is your master bathroom is tied into your hall bath GFI. So if your outlets in your master bathroom don't work, come and look to see if this one's tripped. While we're talking about GFIs, your garage is all hooked up to one GFI and your outside outlets are hooked up to one GFI. Your garage door opener is part of the garage GFI system and your attic is part of your outside GFI. So if your attic light quits working, it's quite possibly your outside GFI that's not working. Also in your bathroom, both toilets in the master and in the hall bath are low flow toilets. If you look, there's not very much water in there. They're very efficient toilets, but they don't flush with much water. Why that's important is normal toilet paper will have no problem flushing whatsoever. Items that aren't supposed to be in the toilet like paper towels and wet wipes don't flush very well. So please don't use paper towels and wet wipes in your toilets. Also in the bathrooms, your hot water valve is only going to go as hot as this valve will turn. If you want it to get hotter, you can take this little cap out, and inside here is a Phillips head screw. So just a standard Phillips head screwdriver. You can take the handle off, you can take the sleeve off, and there's a plastic gear. If you turn the plastic gear to the hotter side, you're actually taking the stop mechanism and moving it to the left so that you can make the valve go farther, allowing for more hot water in the mixing valve. Your master shower is the exact same valve. So if you don't have enough hot water in your master shower, that's the first thing to do. As builders, these are factory preset and we can't change them due to scalding. We don't want to have them set too hot and then a kid get in there and could possibly scald themselves. Whenever you have double doors like this, they don't have the standard latches to hold them shut. What they have is a ball catch. The ball catch is just a spring-loaded ball on top. Now, if they're ever too tight to open or too loose to open, you can just turn it one way or the other. One way will raise that spring ball up, one way will lower it. So if they ever feel too loose or too tight, you can just change them yourself, tighten it up or loosen it however you need to. Every bedroom has a cable outlet. Your living room has 2 cable outlets. Whenever you see a blank plate, that is going to be where the cable outlet is. Whoever you use for your TV service and your internet service, they already know that the cable's behind there. Any connections that they need, they'll bring them themselves. Something important to know is that you have a separate cable line coming from the outside of the house to every single room. Each room has its own cable outlet. So if your cable provider needs a dedicated line, all of them are dedicated, except your living room. Your living room's got one dedicated line, but it has 2 different receptacles, so you can have a box in one and a TV on the other, but they're not independent of each other. Every bedroom will have a smoke detector. By code, each room has a smoke detector in the room, and then there's one other smoke detector within 10 feet outside of every room. One of the great things about these smoke detectors is they're all hardwired together. So if anything trips one of them on one side of the house, all the smoke detectors throughout the house are going to alert you. The downside to them being hardwired together is if one of them has a low battery, then all of them will start chirping. Whenever you start replacing your smoke detector batteries, we recommend you change all the batteries at one time. In your laundry room, you have your hot and cold hookups and your washing machine drain line. There's a cap over the drain line that we leave here during construction. When you move in, you'll just turn that and remove it. The reason it's left during construction is so no construction debris can get down in there and clog it up. That way when you start running loads of laundry, you won't have any problems. Also, all houses come with a 4-prong dryer hookup. If you happen to have an older dryer with a 3-prong plug, you'll need to go and buy a new plug wire. We cannot change the outlet. The outlet has to be the new 4-prong. Operation of your windows. All the windows should operate the same. If you see the arms to the left, that means they're locked. So turning these to the right, raise them up. When you want to fold them out to be able to wash the outside of it, there's 2 clips, and you can just pull the clips in and tilt it towards you. This is also how you access the screen if you want to add or remove the screen. And when you're done, just click it back in, lower it, and lock it. You do have a programmable thermostat in your new home. It's made by Honeywell. The installers of your system is Southern Heating and Air, and their phone number is there. If you have any problems with your unit, you can call them directly. Your unit is covered for the first year, parts and labor, through us and through Southern Heating and Air. After the first year, your unit is covered parts only for the first 5 years. If you register your unit with the manufacturer, they then may offer you a longer warranty, but that will be up to them. To operate your thermostat, we have the mode button. Not sure how easy it is to see, but right now I have it in auto. You can scroll through heat, air conditioning, emergency heat, and you can set the temperatures you want set. And then I leave it in auto. It'll come on in the air conditioning in the summertime, and the heat will come on in the wintertime, and you won't have to mess with it. The more you leave it alone and don't play with it, the more efficient it'll be. The next thing we're going to cover is the attic. The pull down stairs, just pull them down, make sure they're all the way open. Reach up and be careful, but take them down. And they should sit square on the ground with no bends in the ladder. In your attic, one of the most important things to know about is your air conditioner air handler. Just like your car, it will condensate when it's running. The condensation is going to go out through this line to the outside. Over the years of living in your house, there will be times that line will get a clog in it. We have a few safety backups for that problem. First, your unit sits in a pan, so hopefully if there's ever a backup, the pan will catch it. Second, if there's a clog in the drain line, there's a float in the drain line that will shut your unit off. When it shuts the unit off, it goes straight to the thermostat, and your thermostat will be blank. So if you ever get a blank thermostat, come check to see if you have water in your pan. If there is water in your pan, a shop vac on the outside of the house to suck whatever clogged it, problem should go away. The second drain line is strictly for the pan itself, and hopefully we'll never have water in the pan. You do have a float switch. I can't show it to you here, but if there is water in the pan, there is a float switch on the back side that will also shut your unit off. So you do have a few fail safes for your HVAC unit. Your water heater is also in your attic. It is in a drain pan, so that if there's ever any small leaks in your water heater, it will collect in the drain pan. And the drain pan does have a drain that goes to the outside. This one's located on the back. The other safety feature with your water heater is, because it does get so hot in your attics here in Georgia, if the pressure builds up too high, there is a high pressure relief valve that'll take the pressure right outside. In the city of Perry, we have 2 separate water meters. It's really a beneficial thing for the homeowner because we meter the water for your sprinkler system separate than the water for your house. It'll save you money because the water you use for your sprinkler system won't be billed on the sewer side of your bill, so you don't end up paying double sewer. The other thing that's really important that the city of Perry does that I really like is if you ever have to shut off your water, they put a standard gate valve here to operate just like turning on your faucet. And you have one for both your sprinkler system and for your house. Around your house, you're going to see these green discs. What those are is the Sentricon termite system. It's a bait system. The way they used to treat homes for termites were strong chemicals. We try to avoid those strong chemicals now. So this is a bait system. It attracts the termites to come out of your house. Your warranty through us and through Bug House covers your house for the first year, anything termite related whatsoever. After the first year, Bug House will contact you about an ongoing service if you so elect to. This is where your phone and cable lines come in the house. Whoever you elect to use for TV and internet service, this is where they'll tie in. We just leave plenty of cable out here for them. They'll actually install a box on the wall for their components. This is one of your outside outlets. Your main meter box is right here, and if you do ever have to turn the entire house off, that's where the main disconnect is. Hopefully you won't ever have to worry about that. Going around your house, you'll see we have a dryer vent, comes out directly parallel to where your dryer is in the house. City of Perry requires them to be 12 inches minimum above the ground. That's why it sticks up the way it does. When you do get gas service for your fireplace, this is where the hookup is. Also, something you'll notice around your house is these small holes in the brick. What those are, they're called weep holes. The purpose is any condensation that gets between the house and the brick has a place to come out. For your sprinkler system, there are control valves. They're located in the backyard. This home has two separate zones for the sprinkler system. Our sprinkler company puts this in the backyard on purpose. They run all their piping around the house so that none of it has to run under the driveway. If you ever want to tie into your sprinkler system, there's easy access. If you ever have a leak, you never have to worry about it being underneath your driveway. You'll notice around your house, you have a variety of sewer cleanouts. You shouldn't have to worry about those, but if you ever have a clog, the plumber will need to find those to be able to put his snake in to get the clog out. Also, you'll notice when we were in the attic, the water heater pan, this is the drain line if water ever gets into that pan. If the high pressure ever goes off, this is the drain line where the high pressure goes off. Right over here are the two drain lines for the air conditioner unit. This one is going to be for the unit itself, and it should drip all the time. This one is going to be for the pan. You should never see this one dripping. If you ever see both of them dripping at the same time, you need to go in the attic and look to see if you have water in your pan. For your new C.W. Williams home, you have a 1-year builder's warranty. If you have any problems with your home, we want to make sure you understand what to do. We have a website with a drop-down tab for warranties. We'd like you to log in any concerns you have there. In that location, you can put what the problem is, your address, your best contact phone number, the information related to the problem, and you can even put times and days of the week that you would like someone to contact you. The important thing about that is you're giving us all the information we need to get the subcontractor that needs to fix the problem the information they need to come and fix it. Also, since you put it on the website, it's easier for us to track it. I don't mind getting phone calls and text messages, but quite honestly, I'll probably forget. But if it's on the website, not only I will get it, my boss will get it, the folks in the office will get it, and it'll be tracked and we'll make sure we get you taken care of. If you have anything settling related in your home, like nail pops or grout that's cracking, we would like to handle all of those things at the 11th month time in your house. That way, anything that settles can all be fixed at one time. Settling is a warranty item, but it's only a one-time warranty item. That's why we'd like to wait. Now, if there's a holiday coming and you have a lot of family coming into town and you'd like to do your 11th month settling early, no problem. We're glad to do it. But settling is still just a one-time warranty. If there's an emergency that you need somebody and you can't reach us, please call anybody you need. For example, if it's Thanksgiving and you have a toilet that's clogged up and it will not work and you've got to reach somebody and you can't reach us, call anybody you can call to come fix that problem. If the problem turns out to be a builder-related problem, we will either reimburse you or we will pay the bill itself. We don't want you to think because you can't reach us. If there's something with your home that we did not do correctly, we will still stand behind it, and we want to make sure you're taken care of. Now, a few things that aren't covered by your warranty. Concrete. Your concrete will most likely have some minor cracks somewhere. Concrete does not flex, doesn't bend whatsoever, but it is put onto the ground that has some give. So we can't guarantee there will not be cracks in your concrete. What we do guarantee is that your footer and your foundation of your home will be solid and you won't have a problem with it. Something to look at if you do feel like you have a concrete problem. If you truly have a foundation settling issue, that crack will go up the walls. And that's when you really want to be concerned about concrete that cracks. Just standard little spider cracks on the driveway or sidewalk or garage aren't really anything to worry about. If you'd like us to come look at them, please let us know. We'll be happy to. Other items not covered by the builder warranty is normal wear and tear, light bulbs, anything from nature outside. Once you move into your house, you need to make sure the grass is watered correctly because we won't warranty the grass, we won't warranty the plants. They'll be alive when you move in. You'll just need to make sure they're properly maintained, properly fertilized, properly watered. Erosion outside. We've got grass, sprinkler systems in the front yards, and we have seed and straw in the backyards. When we have large rains, there will be some erosion. After you move in, any erosion control will be up to the homeowner to maintain the erosion control. And also, after you move in, cosmetic touch-ups will not be part of the warranty. An example is you're moving in and you're bringing your refrigerator in and you ding the wall with it. Unfortunately, that won't be covered as a warranty item.